Well, here I am in Edinburgh. It's wrap your lugs round this podcast time, Fringe reviews. So sit back and relax and listen to some reviews. Here we go to kick off our Fringe review. So the first show I'm going to talk about is the first show I saw when we arrived at the Fringe, and that is Tami Stone, My Funny Bits. Now, previous episodes I spoke about this, it was on my list. So this is a sketch comedy, female-led, Tami Stone, and it's written by Andrew Ludlam. This is his first Fringe. This was the show that was going to kick off my Fringe, and it did that. It did just that. And Andrew's done a great job with these characters. They are all characters that you'll recognise. You know, you'll see a little bit of something that someone you know in those characters. You know, you see characters that you might have spent a bit of time with in everyday life, maybe spent a bit of time with on holiday, who knows. But yeah, he's chosen a great selection of characters here for the show. It's a nice balance as well. Clever writing because there's something for everyone in there. Well written gags, there's visual gags, there's physical humour, music, there's humour in the music that he's chosen to be performed as well. It's got something for everyone. It's always the hard thing to do is writing a show in Edinburgh because you've got so many people from all around the world come to see this show, and if English isn't their first language, not to worry with this show because there's something in there that will make anyone laugh. That being said, it was very centred around the characters being in a chair a lot of the time. I felt that there could have been a little bit more movement out of that chair. There could have been a little bit of action in the audience, you know, just to break it up a little bit so it doesn't get too monotonous and centred on the performance in the chair. This is a fast-paced show. You know, the performance itself, you know, by our leading actress in the role, she does a great job. She's very energetic. She puts everything she has into those characters, makes them more enjoyable. You know, she works hard to get those laughs, and she deserves those laughs when they come. And yeah, all power to her. She's spending that hour on that stage. She's given 110% to get the laughs. Got to praise her for that. This is a zippy production. It's filled with great writing, great laughs, and a top-notch performance by Tami Stone. That is on at the Space at Surgeons Hall, and that is running to the 17th of August at 8:15 every day. Get some tickets now. Second show to be reviewed is Shakespeare The Panel. Now, Stacey went off to see Shakespeare The Panel. Hello, Stacey.
Hello.
So, Shakespeare The Panel, was it what you expected?
It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting a panto performance of Shakespeare, not the making of a Shakespeare panto. But I loved the theatre nuances that came with the making of the show, which added to the comedy value.
Okay, and you say it wasn't what you expected, but did we have, you know, things that people will expect from a panto? Was there some of those things in there?
It certainly did. I mean, we had the leading roles, we had the knockabout, the baddie, a dame, and even a cameo moment of the front half of that lovable panto cow.
So that's the panto roles, and how were those roles played out?
I mean, the characters playing Bard and Bottom, they were full of life and gusto. They really gave energy to their parts and fully committed to each and every moment that they were on stage. I did feel that some characters weren't as committed as what they could be, but they coped really well with the show, and they even managed to pick it back up after an unexpected shout out from an audience member, which you can understand from a panto with audience participation.
How would you sum up Shakespeare The Panel?
I thought it was a great panto with so many nuances that the audience would recognise from traditional pantos. I thought it was over-the-top acting, crass naff jokes, audience participation and that breaking of the fourth wall. It was a zany and uplifting performance, and it was really a perfect way to spend an hour of my Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Tami Stone, My Funny Bits, and Shakespeare The Panel. Now, me and Stacey went along to see the production of Kafka's The Castle. This is an interpretation by Old Dog Theatre. Now, Old Dog Theatre is a new emerging theatre company, and they say that they are out to change the way people think about literature. So they've brought this production to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So one of the things I spoke about in a previous episode of Wrap Your Lugs Run This, I spoke about the castle and the things that I was looking forward to. And that was mainly the physical theatre aspect of the production, the puppetry, and also the original score. These three things are the things I did really enjoy about the production when we went to see it. I really, really enjoyed the puppetry work. I thought it was handled very well. It looked great. All the actors knew how to create those movements, and they looked beautiful.
It was fluid.
Very fluid. They worked together so well. They were in sync when they were doing the puppetry work. But however, I did feel that there wasn't enough of it. I feel it could have been done a little bit more.
I think we're a bit greedy when it comes to what we want from
Yeah, we are greedy. If you're giving us something we like, we want a bit more. And the score as well, I thought the score was beautiful. It really set the tone of the piece.
It was eerie. You really got that sense of like that mystical landscape.
Yeah, told you that you were approaching an eerie castle. You were in a town where full of weird and wonderful characters. The music did that beautifully, but again, it was eerie at times, but also weirdly beautiful and hypnotic. So yeah, the puppetry, the score, and the physical theatre, I did love aspects of it. I liked some of the things they were trying to do with a moving door around the space. On the other way, I think that was used a little too much. There were some key moments where it worked beautifully, it worked perfectly and set the scene, and it worked really well. But then I thought other times it was just being used to
unnecessarily.
But that being said, when it worked, it works. It really does work. And there was the physical theatre aspect of it. People changing the characters and things like that. Those times that was nicely done, fluid. There was a great scene where he enters a busy, bustling street, and all the characters are moving by him, knocking him over, knocking his hat off and such, and I thought that was done really well.
It was indeed.
What a performance. Generally don't like to single out anyone in a show that stands out above, and I'm not going to say they stand out above because that's not what it's about, but there was a great performance by Gabrielle Nellis-Payne, who played Frida, and I think the strength of her performance,
it was just so natural and it was mesmerising. I found my eyes drawn to her even when she'd left the stage.
Yeah.
And that says a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not singling her out to say she's better than anyone else. I'm singling her out because I think her performance really upped everyone's game, and I think it made everyone else stronger. When she's in a scene with the other characters, I think she lifts it and brings the best out of the other characters as well. So I think it's like that's a support that's great to have. Great physical theatre, beautiful haunting score. The puppetry was absolutely stunning. I loved that. Great performance by Gabrielle Nellis-Payne there. The one thing I will say is I think the story was a little bit lost with the production. It was a little bit heavy on the language and less on storytelling. As a company, that's what they're looking to do too.
But there's ways and means of getting the balance right with that, and I think maybe a few more tweaks and that would be perfect. Yeah,
nice production, beautiful score. So if you want to get lost in an adaptation, this year's Fringe, with some beautiful music, strong puppetry, great performances. So yeah, if you want to get lost in something, if you want to have a nice hour delving into a classic, then this one could just be for you. Now, for something completely different, we went to see a show called I Wish My Life Were Like a Musical.
This is one of my picks that I had already singled out before coming up here, so I was very excited about going to see this.
Yeah. We went along. We knew a little bit about this production. We featured it on the podcast. It was one of Stacey's picks for the Fringe, and now this one speaks to us personally as theatre people. There's a lot of in-jokes in this that theatre types will absolutely adore.
Oh, I was right there with each and every crack of a joke. I could hear you laughing, I was laughing. It was fabulous.
The whole audience was laughing. This was a packed out show, and I mean packed out, and it deserves to be. This show deserves to have a full house every single time. I've spoken about before, when things can include everyone, and my worry about this is this a niche? Is it something that only theatre people are going to get? And
I think the audience reaction told you what you needed to know.
Exactly. I was laughing at things that other audience members weren't laughing at, but they were enjoying the music. They were still enjoying the great performances, some great natural physical comedy in there, just comedy, general comedy that were making the audience laugh so much. But then there's also gags in there that even if you're not a musical theatre fan,
you'll get them.
They were getting them, and they were right along with it. This barreled along as well. It's I felt like I could have sat there for another hour maybe.
I wanted to go on and let's talk about talent. I mean, the talent on that stage was phenomenal. Each person was so strong in their own right.
Each one had a unique voice that worked together as a four. There's 4 actors on stage. They're singing solo and they're singing together, but when they come together, they are beautifully matched.
Oh, it blended beautifully. It was so stunning to hear.
And this cast is a big deal. These are seasoned musical theatre performers. You've got people in there from the likes of Mamma Mia, you've got Les Mis in there, all the big hitters. So you're going to expect something good, you're going to expect talent.
And it delivered.
And it delivers
spades.
On every level. And I think what delivers on the biggest level is the writing. I think musically it's superb. There's melodies in there that are
goosebump worthy.
Yeah, I mean, they're catchy, they're memorable, they give you goosebumps, they make you tap your feet. But it's the lyrics that sell it. It is wonderfully witty,
on point.
It's clever. It's
just a dream to listen to.
Yeah, it offers belly laughs within every single verse of every single song. I wanted to sing along. I want the book. I want the score.
Yeah, when's the CD coming out? Hint, hint.
What a wonderful show. We went along to see this with high hopes.
Extremely high expectations.
Yeah, and we weren't disappointed. This is a show that if you want to see something that's going to put a smile on your face, that's going to have you rolling in the aisles, it's going to make you tap your feet, it's going to make you want to get up there and dance with them. If you want a little musical pick me up, a little musical treat this Fringe, good laugh, then get yourself to see I Wish My Life Were Like a Musical. This is
on at the Dairy Room at Underbelly
at 8:45 p.m. and this is on till the 26th of August. So yeah, get yourself along to see that.
And if last night was anything to go by, tickets are flying out the door. So
yeah,
don't wait. Book your tickets now.
I Wish My Life Were Like a Musical is one of the hot tickets of the Fringe.
I agree.
Thank you very much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Fringe Review. Tune in to the next one for more reviews and miracles.